Well, it wouldn't be a trip to Las Vegas for SEMA without also visiting my friends at Dream Racing. I've actually now lost count of how many times I've come here, and what I love about this place is, well, lots of things, but most importantly, you get to drive cars that you don't get to drive in Australia flat out. Not cruising the strip, not driving down by the beach, but you get to drive them around a racetrack flat out with an instructor next to you, helping you go even faster. I love keeping tabs on all the lap times I've done in different cars, and every time I come here, I basically just choose a car or two that I haven't driven before. So what am I up for today? Well, I'm going to go the new Corvette, and I'm also going to go for the F8 Tributo Ferrari. Two cars I haven't driven yet, so it's going to be an interesting experience. But the good thing is at least I know the track pretty well now after doing banging gears and quite a other drives here. So it's more about learning a new car now and getting to see what it's really like. So first up, let's go to Corvette, baby. Oh yeah, freedom. Well, a lot of people have said about the Corvette that it's as close to, I guess, an Italian or European exotic as any American car has ever been. And you know what, they're right. The noise is obviously a big part of it. The flat plane crank V8 just sounds awesome. Like big RPM, sounds great, the thing's fast. But honestly, after a lap of going, oh, that's cool, you start then going, okay, I want to go around corners now. And the chassis in this is definitely elevated over any American car I've any driven. So they've definitely done the job. Is it exotic European levels of chassis refinement? Look, it ain't Porsche GT3 RS, but it's certainly a lot closer to being a Ferrari, or definitely probably even better than some of the Lamborghini stuff as well. So overall, very good. Got to be a little bit more patient with it than I probably expected, but honestly, even when you stuff up, the chassis is still compliant enough to let you do it, get back on it and have fun. But yeah, it certainly wasn't nervous, and it certainly was a lot of fun. I think it was definitely better than expected, and I did have pretty high hopes for this car. It's good. Into the 56s straight away. There's a low 56 in there. I think that's pretty good. That's still pretty good.
Mad.
So I drove the Corvette first because I was told that this would be a step up. This is the Ferrari F8 Tributo. So I've already driven the 488 GTB, the 488 Pista. So this is the next step up for me to drive in the land of Ferraris. And I'm told it's pretty good. Let's find out, shall we? we were talking about why this car feels so different. Obviously, it's a very different car. It's a step up from the Corvette. The easiest way to explain it was it felt like it was 2 seconds quicker, but it was only half a second quicker. That half a second on this track may not seem like a lot, but being a smaller track, it probably is a fair bit. On a bigger track, that gap would get bigger and bigger and bigger. You can't really exploit this car here so much more than you can the Vette. But the easiest way to explain how I felt in the car was I was never nervous in the Vette, but in this, like, there was a couple of times like, oh, this is something to hold on to. This car, like, had my pulse racing. I'm sweating after driving this car when I wasn't after the Corvette. Like, this thing got my blood pumping. This had the heart racing, and it felt 2 seconds quicker. Which I suppose, if you're out there enjoying yourself, this for me was just another level of fun. And the best comparison I can give it was like getting out of a GT3 RS, which is composed and heaps of fun, but very composed. And then you get into a GT2 RS, which is an animal. That was like Corvette to this was the same sort of deal. I got out of something that was composed and, you know, a bit more patient, a bit more neutral, into something where, yeah, like if you don't know what you're doing in this, you hurt yourself. Would you say that's correct? Yeah.
His explanation, I feel, is very spot on. The Porsche comparison coming over and translating to the Z06 to the F8 comparison is very spot on, even from coming from the smaller tracks and explaining the longer stuff, just how the gap will differentiate.
About to go out in the Porsche 992 GT3 here in Las Vegas. What an experience, what an opportunity to get out and thrash it. It might not be a Holden Commodore VL, mate, but we'll take the Porsche run, see how it goes. 4 litre flat 6 in the back, about 500 horsepower. I'm keen, very keen. Porsche here in Vegas, 500 horsepower, 992 GT3 around this insane track. Actually a lot harder than it looks. There's a few corners where if you stay out wide, you're meant to tuck in. If you're meant to tuck in, then stay out wide. Anyway, I had a good time, 9,000 RPM. Can't ask for much more. That's it, how good, mad.
Well, another day done at Dream Racing, and it just never fails to disappoint here. Everything from fighter jets, beautiful sunsets, one of the best lineups of supercars that you can drive anywhere in the world. And the best thing about this place, beyond the excellent facility, the great and technical track, is the fact that the instructors here coach you and push you to drive flat out. There is no brake pedal on the passenger side. There is no detuned cars here, no nothing. If they can feel that you've got the ability to be pushed harder, they will push you harder to put down a good lap. And that is what makes it so much more satisfying than just being told you can putt around in a supercar or hiring one to do, you know, go up and down the strip all day trying to show off. You come here, you can drive them flat out, and what I think is still the best driving experience on the planet.
Mad.